new video. The last one has been quite a while ago again. I'm not quite as good in keeping a regular upload schedule as I anticipated or as I hoped. Sometimes I guess I just forget, have more important things to do. But now I found a good reason to make a video for you. As you may have read from the title. Today I'm going to be unboxing, once again, the second unboxing on my channel already, some new in-ear wireless headphones that I got for a test. A little backstory as to what I have been dealing with in-ear headphones up to now. I'm going to open my browser. I'll try to be as quiet as possible. Alright, the lighting changed. Also, by the way, today's audio setup, my voice is going through an LCT 440 Pure by Lewitt. It may even be sensitive enough to hear the cars going outside. I already used the Lewitt in my first video. To be precise, 2 Lewitts, so you already know the sound. And today for the table noise, I've got my OKM. I am not sure what the number was, either it's OKM2, I think it's OKM2, from Soundman, which are binaural microphones, electrode based. They're very small, they're out of frame currently, but I can put a screenshot here to show you how they look like. Recording through a Zoom H1 Essential, which I recorded the last video with as well, but the last one was handheld. The recorder had quite some noise that I had some trouble getting out. But yeah, that's the technical side for this video, in case you were curious. So, wireless in-ear headphones. Why do I like them? Well, they're light, they're easy to carry around, they don't tangle up. It's the usual reasons why you would get wireless headphones, but they also have some negative points. For example, they have a battery inside, to be precise, a rechargeable battery. In German, ein Akku. Ein Akku. Short for accumulator, Akkumulator, which accumulates the electricity. I've been using wireless headphones for quite a while now, also because my current phone does not support wired headphones unless I get the little adapter, USB-C to 3.5mm. As far as I know, the previous phone also didn't support that. That was the iPhone 11 Pro back then. Nowadays I'm using an iPhone 15 Pro. So not the newest model, but it's plenty enough. It's what this video is filmed on as well. So just because the change to the iPhone 11 Pro happened, I decided to try those headphones out, those earphones. And back then I used to be budget oriented, as a lot of people are when they start out. Back in the cabled headphone days, I used the Apple, how were they called? already forgot. Basically the wired AirPods. I'm not quite sure how they were called again. I think I'll put it here on the screen because it's so long ago. I believe this phone might have come with a pair of those wired earbuds that had a USB-C connector on them instead of a 3.5mm jack. But I can't remember the name anymore. I have never used them. They are still packaged in the original. Or maybe it was the iPhone 11. No, I think I sold that. Whatever the case may be, in the times of wired headphones, of wired earbuds, I tried quite a few models, though I can't remember exact specifications or companies. I do remember one company that I bought earbuds from. I think they were called House of Marley back then. I think they might have changed the names, their name up until now. Not quite sure about that though. Those were quite nice, quite bass heavy, but I can't remember the sound. They broke like a year in, or like 2, I don't know. So, and I think I've had wired AKGs at some point as well, like $9 headphones. The Marleys were like maybe 10, 20, or 30, I don't know. So nothing crazy. But now with the wireless headphones, wireless earbuds, that story is a little bit different, because just the base models, like the cheapest ones that have decent quality, because I do like my sound quality, I have to admit. The cheapest ones that I would accept back then were like €30, €40. I just noticed earlier I said dollars or bucks, and now I'm saying euro because that's the price I remember. So like €30, and then stepwise I increased the pricing more and more, or like the budget, because I had more money, I had higher expectations, and as far as I can remember, that's the page that I have open on my screen right now. I had the Anker Soundcore Liberty Neo earbuds, which I can put a screenshot in right here, if I haven't done that already. I don't remember if I said that. And they were quite like a earbud type. They didn't have a, they were not looking like a toothbrush head, essentially. So those were my first ones, as far as I can remember. They were quite decent. I mean, they worked fine. I didn't have high expectations back then, so they were just, I bought them around September 2019, so at this point that is around 6.5, 7 years ago, which is not that long ago, to be honest. But at some point, I think that I was on my way to do something, like from downtown I went to some other place, and I think the charging case fell out of my pocket while I still had both earphones, I still had both earbuds in my ears, which effectively meant that I could not charge them anymore, because Soundcore doesn't sell you a singular charging case. That's just not economically viable. So I had to get new ones. I'm going to go to the next page on my browser. The next earbuds I remember getting were again by Soundcore. Soundcore by Anker. So I do have quite a few Anker products, because they do seem to have decent quality. I'm not sponsored by Anker, by the way, or Soundcore for that matter. There's no money that exchanged hands in this video, or products for that matter. Everything is bought by my own money. second earbuds I had were the P3 noise cancelling earbuds. So as far as I can remember, the other ones did not have noise cancelling. These new ones had. A screenshot in the video here. Advertised with a long play time of like 50 hours and stuff like that. Big bass and stuff. AI enhanced calls. I'm just reading the text on the screen. Bluetooth 5.2, God knows. And they had the little... No, I'm not remembering the name anymore. In German, der Stiel. They had a Stiel. So, this little stick, if I can call it like that. And they held up for quite a while. As far as I can see, I bought them 2 times actually, because the first pair that I bought, I lost them. I definitely lost 1 pair, that's for sure. I lost 1 pair. I lost 1 pair, I think it was of these actually. I was on vacation in Croatia, visiting a friend, and shortly before my bus back home arrived, like once it arrived, I was sitting on a bench listening to something, and I didn't have the earbuds in. They were still in the case, and somehow, I have no idea how, they just fell out of my pocket. I didn't even notice. Got on the bus, went to my pocket, and was like, oh no, I don't have my earbuds. Where are they? Checked everything, nowhere to be found. Lost them. Sad, because I think they were like 40 or 50 euro. So still fairly budget for my case back then, but still some money. So I lost them in 2013. Not 13. Sorry, I'm mixing up the numbers. 2023. 2013. I would have been like a teen then. Oh. No, that was 2023 that I lost them, I think. Because I bought them again directly after the loss happened. I like those headphones, they were quite nice. But I was like, there's new models for these headphones, for these earbuds. I keep mixing up headphones and earbuds. I don't think they're the same thing. Semantically, at least. So I bought them. But I also bought a completely new pair of another model, once again by Soundcore. This time the Anchor Liberty 4NC, which is was one of the highest models that were available at that time. I think there might have been some other model that was higher, but this was one of the highest, as I can remember. Also bought in August of 2023. And also I got myself a used pair of Apple AirPods Pro. Back then, I think it was the first generation that was affordable. Used. Because I think the second generation was already out. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. So I got the first generation to cross-test them. A 3-way test to see which one I'm going to pick. And as you might tell, these stuck around. These are the Anchor Liberty 4NC. This is the case. This on the inside. I can take one out. I cleaned the case earlier. It was too dirty, so I cleaned it. They're quite nice. A bit big. They stick out of the ears a bit, so not too comfortable while sleeping. But I don't think you should wear earbuds while sleeping anyway, unless you have like special pairs, so they don't press into your ears. But yeah, those stuck around because I like the sound. I like the budget. Especially I like the noise cancelling on those. Because if you turned on the noise cancelling, then the sound and the music still retained its character. It got a little bit more bassy, but that was fine. The AirPods, on the other hand, kind of disappointed me because the sound between transparency mode and noise cancellation mode just changed too much, in my opinion. And I didn't quite like the way the transparency sounded. So those went back to the used reseller. I guess I can make some noise with those. It's a plastic enclosure, but it feels like a high quality plastic enclosure. So yeah, those stuck around. I like the sound of those. I think they were around 70 to 80 euro when I bought them. Maybe less, maybe I got them on sale. But they were so good that I suggested them, that I recommended them to a friend of mine. And I still use them to this day. But back to the title of the video. I bought new ones because the battery on those, at this point it's around 3 years almost that I have those. And the battery does not hold up as it should anymore. They are advertised with like 50 hours of playback, but that's with the case. And I noticed if I'm in the gym, then I use the ANC, then I'm getting like 3 hours at most. So I get into the gym, I start the workout, I finish the workout, all is fine. But once I leave the gym and I'm on the right back, then at least one of the two sides says battery low, battery low. So that's around 2 hours, and then it takes another half hour to hour until one of them dies. The tendency is to the left one. So I don't know, it may be regular battery usage, or it may be that the earbuds fell on the floor too many times. That may damage the battery as well. And I had an issue with the right one recently. It fell down in the gym as well, on the hard floor, and it just started to sound muffled, like not quite muffled. The volume went down, so there was an imbalance between left and right, and the ANC stopped working correctly. Like if I moved my ear in a certain way, then I heard a low bass note, like 30 to 50 hertz, just and then when I moved my ear back, it stopped, but that's no listening pleasure. Somehow it repaired itself with, I don't know, magic. Plain old magic, or time, I don't know. But they're getting replaced soon. And going to put them on the side. What they're getting replaced with is one of two options. These ones. The Apple AirPods Pro 3rd generation. I think I need to blur the barcode out. Still unopened, new. I got them on sale, Prime Day sale. So they were, instead of 250 euro, they were only around 180, which is around, I think, 25% off. Don't get me wrong, it's still a big pile of cash for a lot of people, and still for me it's a big pile of cash. But considering the feature set and the quality, I think that might be worth it. And as you might know, I have an iPhone. You're in the iPhone right now, you can see me. And I have a MacBook, in front of me. So I'm already in the Apple universe ecosystem. So that might be a good choice. We'll unbox those in a second. And we also have the Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro. They're, I think, the newest ones from Soundcore. They're not the creme de la creme. The creme de la creme would be the Liberty 5 Pro Max, I believe. But price-wise, these without sale are the same price, or like very, very similar price to the AirPods on the side right now, around 180 euro. So still a big bunch of cash. But I'm going to test them out to see maybe Soundcore still holds up to my quality standards. Maybe it sounds better, maybe it sounds worse. Packaging promises a lot. My autofocus also promises a lot. I can't read it. Oh, yeah, that's just blurry. I think this is decently readable-ish. Yeah, I think this is readable. So you can take that in. I think I can read the packaging of both of those headphones, earbuds, actually, because that might be quite interesting. Yeah, I think I'll read the base features, and I'm going to take them closer to my face so I can read it. Soundcore. Maybe I can make some noises on the side. Some binaural noise. Soundcore. Whisper clear calls. Instant pure silence. Liberty 5 Pro. Anchor thus inside. So that's the processor. 150x computing power. Whatever 150x computing power means. Compared to what? I don't know. Oh, by the way, you might hear my shoulder crack a little bit. That shouldn't be the case, but it is. The Soundcores are advertised with high-res audio, wireless. That's a very small wireless. Dolby Atmos, adaptive ANC 4.0. I'm curious about that. And let me turn the packaging around. Anchor thus AI chip. Thus has a trademark on it. Very important. The trademark is very important. Don't forget that. The world's first compute-in-memory AI audio chip. Of course, they had to put AI in it. Of course, everything needs AI in it nowadays. The world's first compute-in-memory AI audio chip, fusing CPU and memory to unleash 150x computing power, enabling next-gen AI at minimal power cost. Oh, that sounds great. I love it. But there's a little asterisk. Where's the asterisk at? It is at, I can't actually tell where the asterisk is coming from. No idea. But it says NOR Flash CIM chip based on internal lab tests showing up to 150x peak AI computing power versus the chip in our previous flagship headphones. Earphones, it says earphones. They're calling it earphone. On the back side it says Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro, true wireless noise cancelling earbuds, whisper clear calls, instant pure silence, your sound signature, lag-free voice control. And then a little what's in the box. Of course, the Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro, the charging case, then different sized ear tips, different sized ear fins, and a USB-C also compatible with Android. So for Android users, you're also welcome to use those. Okay, what does it say on the side? On the other one, it just repeats itself. Liberty 5 Pro, adaptive ANC 4.0, AI translation. It even has translation. Wow. Fast charging, 5 minutes of charging equals 4 hours of playback. That's not exactly what it says, but that's basically the gist of it. IP55 water and dust resistant. 6.5 hours / 28 hours playtime with ANC on. That's a big claim. That's like twice the amount of time I get for my current ones. So that's the packaging of the Soundcores. There's a top side as well, but that's just licensing information. Back to the AirPods Pro. I can also read the packaging, and there's basically nothing on either side. There's just the Apple logo, and on the top it says AirPods Pro. On the bottom there's licensing information, very important licensing information. And what does it say on the side? I mean on the back. AirPods Pro 3 wireless headphones with charging case includes 5 ear tip sizes, compatible with USB-C, Apple Watch, MagSafe, and Qi certified chargers. USB-C cable sold separately. Oh, that's lovely, so they don't even give us a USB-C cable. Oh. If I understand this correctly, we'll see in the unboxing. We are already half an hour in, we haven't even unboxed one of the products. It's lovely. But this is an ASMR video. Everything goes slowly here, except for my voice that also might get a little fast in some parts. As far as I can see, there's not too much that it says here. Okay, the next thing is just the same thing in French. Paper packaging, please recycle. I will, if I keep them. Okay, let me put those onto the desk. I need a sip of water. I will be right back. There'll be a cut in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. So, we are now deciding which to unpack first, and I think I'm going to go with the ones that are currently in frame anyway. Sorry, another burp. The water was carbonated. So, technically, I got scissors here, but I don't think I will need them for unboxing this. But what I can use them for is some scissor noises as a transition. I just realized those scissors don't have too good of a sound. They are... I think I misused them a bit too much. Giving you a fake haircut. Oops, and I screwed up the mic. Yeah, so they're already not as sharp as they could be. So I will not need these, most likely. I'll still keep them on the side just in case. Also, I hope the battery on my recorder doesn't run out. I was supposed to actually put it on, connect it to my USB-C cable, but somehow the noise is just weird that it makes. I could maybe route my other charging cable to it, but let's not worry about that too much. Instead, let's proceed with the AirPods Pro. I'm going to try to be fairly conservative in unpacking them, so I don't destroy too much packaging. Because in the case that I don't like them as much as the other ones, I'm going to incorrectly. That will probably go on my second channel. In a normal voice. Because it's easier to produce, I think. But yeah, we'll see about that. For now, the unpackaging of the AirPods Pro and the Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro. Maybe I can do it next to the microphone. The rip. The first one. Yes, let's go. 3. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. That's number 1. And now for number 2. Oh, that's the shoulder again. I'm getting old. Are we ready? I just noticed the microphone is a bit too far on the side. There we go. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And that's number 2. And now we have successfully opened the packaging. They're sticky. And now we can perform the glorious moment of pulling them open, letting gravity do its thing. Designed by Apple in California. We already knew that. At least I hope. Let's take that out. Oh, the unveiling. Now that's a product. The product. I'm not going to eat this product. But I'm going to try to enjoy it. But what I'm going to enjoy first is my back cracking. So I'll have to pause the video unless you want to hear that. That might be an outtake. And we are back from the back cracking. I should really get some workout done on the back as well, so it doesn't hurt too much when sitting up straight. Anyway, we can look at the booklet first. That comes with it. AirPods Pro. Is it glued? No, it's I'm witnessing this through the camera, so it's like second person, not quite, but there's plenty of paper. I think we'll read that later, if need be. I'll just check it out. So it's just pictograms, kind of. Let's just take a look at it together. That was also a nice sound, actually. Also, just in case you're wondering, it's like 30 degrees in here. 30 degrees Celsius. Maybe even 33. It's like a sauna in my room. I'm sweating. The last few days were so hot. So, might need to take another sip of water. Let's open this. There's a pictogram. Not quite a pictogram, it's more like a graphic showing the iPhone and pairing. Is it in focus? Oh, was this loud sound? Oh. Showing the pairing of the device. And it opens further. I can exchange. It doesn't even focus. Lovely. Here. I can exchange the ear tips to fit my ears. And there's noise control. And there's more. There's one more thing. Yeah. So we can track our heart rate as well. I forgot about that feature. That might be useful. I do have an Apple Watch as well. So call me an Apple fanboy, but it just works for me. What's on the other side? More instructions. I see how to control it. The features, the single features. And how to charge it. Very interesting. I'll take a look at that later as well. And I think these are just like warranty informations, I believe. 1 year limited warranty, regulatory compliance, safety and handling. Yeah, it's just the regular paperwork that has to be shipped with the product. The product. Let's put it back into the. Okay. I have just now noticed while putting the oh yeah, whatever. Alright, we are back and rolling. I had to pause the recording for a second because my recorder actually died. The battery just ran out. But there's not too much sound missing, I think. I didn't bother putting the paperwork together back together because it was just too flimsy to, Instead we got the product. We have a pull tab that we can use to pull it out. And we have a little thing here that we can also pull out. Which is it's the ear tips. The differently sized ear tips. They will come in handy. I'll put those back. There we go. Ear tips. But first of all, we got the product. It actually weighs a bit more than. No, actually, I don't think it does. I think they both weigh a similar weight. I can actually weigh them. 1 second. I've got a trusty digital scale on here. Very precise. So I'm going to put it like that. And compare the weight of the two. It's currently at 0.0. So my current earbuds weigh around 60 grams, I think. Yeah, it looks like 60 grams and something. And the AirPods Pro 3 weigh with the paper 57 grams-ish. So they're actually lighter, even with the paper. That's very interesting. They don't feel lighter, they feel a little bit heavier. Maybe because they're more compact. I don't know. We'll weigh the other earbuds too later. Okay, let's put those back. And let's unpack it to the end. Apple has nice high quality paper, I feel like. Oh, it says something on the back. Apple Inc. 1 Apple Park Way, Cupertino, California. It's just the address. Alright. Oh, there we go. There's the port, the charging port, the speaker, and I think microphone maybe. I don't know. It probably said it in the instructions. understand it correctly. Unless they want me to just, I don't think it's how it works, but it kind of works. I can slowly push them out. To be honest, I think I prefer this solution instead of ripping it apart. Even though some of you might be screaming at me, oh no, you should have ripped it apart. This way I can put it back together and pretend as if nothing happened. Alright, there we go. And these are the AirPods Pro 3 with a little safety mechanism here, with USB-C charging, with a speaker, with what I still presume is a microphone hinge. Let's open it up and hope it doesn't connect to my phone instantly, otherwise the recording is screwed. Oh, that's nice. They made a sound. That's a fairly big clasp. I think my microphone's over. They distorted a bit. So I'll probably take the microphone audio from my voice microphone. Unless I think the other microphones could have survived that because a 32-bit recorder. But I can also open it into the microphones here. So they do have a solid clasp, or a clack, when opening and when closing. And they do make a little noise. The material itself seems quite quite decent. I mean, it's Apple. What am I gonna expect? The material is gonna be at least decent. But there we go. Let's take one of them out and see how it feels like in the hand, in the finger. Yeah, so that's an earbud, if I might call it. I think I'll adjust the. There we go. Maybe the camera will switch. Maybe not. Yeah, it probably won't. There we go. A close-up of the stem of the head. That's how it looks like. We have some hidden microphones, God knows where they are. But we do have plenty of sensors. And I think the ear tips are silicone, but also some foam in there. So I can take the second one out as well and show you what the other one looks like. I'm too stupid to take them out. There we go, that's the left one. Pressable stem for different functions. That's pretty good. Pretty good and pretty interesting. Back to normal zoom. There we go. I think I'll have to recalibrate the video because now the color correction is off. So we will be right back. And here we have returned to new color correction. it if you buy them. I don't know if there's too much to say. It's an unboxing video, so it's interesting to see the stuff up close and what sounds it makes and stuff like that. But what sound it actually makes in my ears, that's a different question, and that I will answer in a different video. So these were the Apple AirPods Pro 3. Now I'll put those aside, and we arrive at contender number 2 in this shootout, because this time, compared to 2023, there's only 2 contenders instead of 3. The Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro. We already took a look at the packaging, and now we're going to do the same opening on this one. This is a different packaging, so I think I'll open it centrally this time, because I do not have 2 sides, unless I go half by half. Let's try this, half by half. Are you ready? Yes, you are. 3, 2, 1. And that was half. And then the other half. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a dirty tear. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. I have to finish it on this side now. Yeah, that is not supposed to be how it tears apart, but it did in this case. The glue just stuck to the wrong side. Now that's already a very disappointing unboxing experience from the get-go. Sad. I wish it could have been more like Apple. But I guess if you don't pay usually €250, you don't get that. Now we can open it up like a book, I think. Or is there something missing? I think. Is there still some glue? I don't know. I hope there's no glue. There we go. There's magnets. We have a QR code for scanning for more information. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Let's start from the beginning, from the top, because it does not open like a book. I mean, not from the side. Opening. Oh, what a surprise. We have a device presented to us in... What the hell is that? That's a drawing. It's a pictogram of the product. Okay. We have first time pairing. We have wearing. Screen control. There's a screen on here. And we have the product itself, which there's no way to take it out unless like there's no pull tab. That's already a negative as well. How much does a pull tab cost? I don't know. Probably enough. Or am I stupid? No, there's a pull tab, I think. It's a very small one. Ah. Oh, that's really inconvenient. Oh my god. That's why you make unboxing videos for. It wasn't even a pull tab, it's just the sides. God damn it. Let's put this aside. And we have more packaging. We have a warning symbol staring straight at us. I don't like that. Let's pull that out and see what we got. Soundcore, just straight up warning. There's no nothing, so it must be dangerous. There must be danger behind this. We have another something. It's really hot. There's a pull tab. I didn't see that on camera. It's a bad pull tab. There you go. And the rest is an empty box. Put that to the side. Lovely. We have cable. should be obvious. For this product, we do have those special thingies that work a bit differently. So, yeah, but the ear tips are just regular ear tips. So, I don't think it's worth looking too much at them, because the main attraction why you're all here is me dropping the box on the microphone, making a ton of noise. I'm sorry. The main attraction of why we are all here is the warning, obviously. Obviously not, but we are going to take a look at what is written in here. Information, ECC and stuff like that, EAC, Bluetooth, whatever. Okay, so it's just safety information. Yeah, it's just boring paperwork stuff. Toilet paper, as some other tech YouTuber might say. Main attraction is obviously this device. Let's pull it open. The glue is quite strong. Am I doing it correctly? Am I supposed to be doing this? I don't think so, because there's flaps. Yeah, that's much easier. Sometimes I'm a little bit stupid. But yeah, Soundcore USB-C charging. This time we do get a USB-C cable. We have a screen on the front. How do we open it? By sliding. The screen turns on. Slide down to open menu. Of course. Oh. Slide left to see more. Dolby Audio, slide up to exit menu. Up. That's quite fancy actually, I'm not gonna lie. Slide down menu. Sound effects, ambient sound. We got plenty of different options here. Remote control, remote camera, oh, okay. Find device. Bluetooth pairing. That's quite a snappy screen, I must say. I'll dive deep into that in the review. Swipe up, and we do see the case is like 2/3 charged. The earbuds itself are fully charged, and they do look quite fancy, I must say. Very cool. Let's see what the sounds are of the package, of the not packaging, but of the case. A bit more hollow, it doesn't feel as full, as sturdy. A bit more tacky, maybe. A bit more hollow. Yeah. And of course that was a nice movement. That actually felt pretty good. And the sliding up feels pretty nice as well. Clasp is pretty cool. But there's still some friction in there. It's not fully smooth, especially at the beginning. Oh, I don't know if I like that. That piece is moving quite a bit. It's on a slide. I feel this might break off at some point. I am very wary of that. But the noise it makes is pretty cool. It's quite smooth. Like somewhere here's a bump. I don't know if you can tell. There's a little bump. just tested whether the microphones are mounted correctly, and I think they are. Just in case I have one pointed the other way, but no, it's correct. So, yeah, that's the case. It's like a matte finish. On the AirPods Pro it was a glossy finish, as you could also tell. Here you can also tell it's a matte finish. Like matte, semi-glossy. Also, I hope you don't mind the cars outside. It's already getting bright. It's like almost 6 a.m. Wow. Let's take one of the buds out. Okay, now that's a chonker. That is quite a device, if I would call it myself. So that's yeah, let's take a zoom in. Yeah, that looks like a bean. Not obviously, honestly. Almost reminds me of the Samsung Galaxy Buds from like the color. Of course, I picked the white one, like the white silver one. There's also like I think a black version and a blue version. Not quite sure about that, but the options should be visible. The little ear tip, like ear thingy, is flexible. The earbud, like the thing itself, is very flexible. I think more flexible than the AirPod. Pretty interesting. Doesn't have too many obvious sensors. I think this is a microphone here. This is some other, maybe A and C stuff here. And some sensor here. And charging stuff. Microphone here for calls. Another, I think, microphone here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Yeah. Let's take the second one on. The left one. Same thing here, just reversed. As you can tell. Quite interesting shape, I must say. Fairly unconventional as well. I'm not sure what's gonna stick out of the ears more, this one or the AirPods. No idea. But that's going to be for the review. There's a little thing here. Is it oh, there's a foil over the sensor. I didn't even see that. Because I'm looking at those through the camera. I don't see the little details. There's like a foil above the sensor. So I guess I'll have to pull that off before using them. For extra. Let's actually reach on the zoom. There we go. So I can tap them on my table. They feel more sturdy than the case, actually, I must say. I mean, obviously it's quite dense. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so they feel pretty good, I must say. Let's put them back. How do they go in? Like that? No. Yes, actually they do. And magnetically they snap in place. And now they're closed. Brilliant. I guess I can put them both side to side with the Apple AirPods. I mean, to get a size comparison. I might also measure them. 1 second. Before I measure them in size, we're going to compare them in weight. Once again with my trusty scale. Let's see. So we already established that the AirPods Pro weigh 55. So I think before it was like 54. Let's zero out. Okay. I think the paper weighed some very little amount, so 55 without the paper. 55.6, and the Soundcores, I feel like they weigh more. Plenty more. Yeah, that's 69 or 64. That's 69 grams. Nice. Almost 69.69. It's 69.62. So they are like around. Let's compare once again. 55 and 69. So the Soundcores with the case weigh about 14 grams more. Now I'm curious about the earbuds themselves. How much do they weigh? So the AirPods weigh together around 11 grams. So 5.5 grams per AirPod. 5.6. And the Soundcores, they weigh. How much do they weigh? They weigh 11.8 grams, which means 5.9 grams per earbud. So I think if I remembered this correctly, they are a very similar weight. 5.9, 5.6. The AirPods are very slightly lighter. Okay. No, I'm putting them wrong. Rage bait. Oh. Okay. There we go. Now without charging again. And now it's time to measure the size differences. Reset that. Loud noises have been made in the background that you won't be able to hear. And I've got my trusty digital caliper that I used multiple times already. I'm gonna be very careful though, it's metal and it's plastic, so I don't want to scratch it. Do we have light? We have, I think... No, we don't, but we can see 00 calibrated. Now very, very carefully, I do not want to scratch those up. 21.8 mil. Oh, careful, the magnet already attached itself. Yeah, I didn't do any damage, thank God. Good. So, I don't remember what the value was, I think 21 or 28. Let's remeasure. Careful. 21, yes. 21.9. You can also look those values up on the webpage, but whatever. I'll measure this for fun. These ones I'm less worried about destroying because they're matte. These are 28.5, so they're like 7 millimeters ish thicker, which can be obvious in pockets or other certain situations. So they are thicker, obviously. They are taller. But the AirPods are a bit wider. But not by that much, honestly. It's pretty small. I think that the difference is pretty small. So, yeah. If your goal is to have a thin device, or like, if your goal is to have something that isn't obvious that you carry it around, I think the AirPods might be smarter because they're smaller. This is quite the chonker. Let's compare it to my old earbuds, and yeah, that's a massive difference. I think the thickness is similar. Now my laptop went off. Great, love I'm not sure. But in height, like in device height, the new 5 Pros are way bigger, and in width they are also bigger. So I think just based on the size of the earbuds, I can also compare them 3-way right now as to how they look side by side. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Obviously the AirPods have a bit more similarity to the old Liberty 4 and C buds. I think the autofocus is a bit bad. I'll have to reset the colors again. There we go. So the color correction is way off right now, but the focus is better. So as you can tell, the shape of the Liberty 5 Pro is just way off the table. These are like the ones that I'm used to, and these are similar, like the go-to shape that has been established by Apple. If we compare those two, they're very similar in different aspects. Yeah, I think they might be very similar in my ear as well, but the review will show that, how comfortable they are. Meanwhile, these don't even look like sibling products, which, I mean, technically they are not. Technically the sibling product to this one would be the Liberty 5, the regular one. This is just alien space technology. So, yeah, it's a very interesting comparison. Yeah, lovely. Back to 1-time zoom, and I'll fix the color correction once again. Give me a pause. 3, 2, 1, and we're back with good color correction, I think. And we can put the devices back into their corresponding cases. There we go. You might see a theme here that I had a dark blue earbud in the last generation, and now I'm going for white. Don't know exactly why. I think for the comparison it was kind of good to have both products in white, so the new ones stand out more. But other than that, I'm not sure what the reasoning in my head was. It's just interesting to have. So removing this one again, the old one. And I think this is going to conclude our little unboxing of the Soundcore by Anker Liberty 5 Pro, and the Apple AirPods Pro 3. Both interesting devices to unpack, as you saw the differences. If you have any questions about those devices that I can answer, either from experience or from still having them, because I have a window of about 2 weeks to return them, you can type it in the comments and ask me which one I would recommend. If my review video is already out, you can also watch that. I'll put a link into the comment section and description once that is out. And from now on, I will be testing those out, seeing which one I like more, seeing which one has the better ANC capability, transparency mode capability, adaptive ANC capability, all the bells and whistles. Also which one sounds better. do know that AirPods don't have an integrated EQ in their app or in iOS itself. Meanwhile, Soundcore does have an EQ in the Soundcore app, which is quite useful. I did use that at some point, I think. I said it once and forgot about it. But as far as I know, in the new version of iOS, I think iOS 27 beta, there's going to be an EQ option for the AirPods Pro. Maybe even the AirPods, the regular ones, I don't know. The EQ is going to be a bit less flexible than the one of Soundcore, but Apple has like some specific thoughts about EQ apparently. There's a good video that I watched about it. I might link that later as well. Time for a drink before my throat dries out completely. 1 second. There we go. That was very necessary. My throat was very dry from talking that much, from whispering that much, from soft talking, from soft speaking. Anyway, I do hope that you enjoyed this little unboxing. I might show the boxes once again. There we go. Box 1. This might also make a good thumbnail. Now that I think about it. Now the back side of box 2. There we go. This might make a good thumbnail, I believe. With the fingers trying to generate a thumbnail here. Doesn't work. But maybe I can just hold them like that. And that'll make something. Or I'll just hold the devices. There we go. Open them up. And it'll be even better. It's just rambling at this point. Just fun stuff. There we go. Ba-dim-bim. And the AirPods like it. So yeah, I think this is a good thumbnail. Should do fine. In this case, in this charging case, in this case, once again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you perhaps learned something from this video, that you have some good information about the unboxing experience of these two earbuds, of these true wireless headphones with ANC, adaptive noise cancellation, and super many crazy hours of listening time and everything that they advertise, that I will test out in depth. Yeah. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you managed to relax during this video as well, with some extra noises. Maybe you fell asleep to this video and need to rewatch it to see all the information about the devices. Because obviously I didn't go in depth with like measurements and everything. You can look those measurements up yourself, but still, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good evening, whenever you are watching or listening to this. Thank you for being part of this little experience. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope you watch my other videos as well, if you haven't done so yet. And I will see you in the next video. I will close out with some more stereo tapping on the table. Wooden table. Nice wooden working desk that I built myself. Built myself like the fence builder. No, bar builder, the bar maker. I don't know how the joke that Paul McCartney once told went. They don't call me Jones, the bar maker, the Guinness puller, but you've one goat. That was a good joke. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching. I'll close some noises, with some tapping, and see you next time.